Hello there, I'm Paul Briggs. I teach economics here at Windward Community College, and I've been asked to produce something about my trip to Tijuana, Mexico. And so I put together some photos and some narration, and I'm going to now narrate it over this link here. So we begin, and I've entitled this "Once Upon a Time in Tijuana: A Glorious and Actually Safe Adventure." Our story begins. Soy Bruce Willis? No, nosotros somos Mexicano. Of course it begins in Long Beach, California, Norte. With my dad. He is proud to be an American and yet speaks Spanish to the waitstaff at Hoff's Hut, his most famous and frequented restaurant there. So I'm showing you this picture because while we look very howly, very white, very gringo, we're actually we're actually half Mexican. At least he's half Mexican, and I'm somewhat less than half Mexican. But he is bilingual in Spanish. He was born in a border town of in Arizona called Nogales, Arizona. Soy Mexicano? Really? Vamos to Mexico to find out. Easy peasy, I say. But friends and family say, I've been there, but you will die. I say, if Anthony Bourdain can do this, so can Yo Soy Bruce Willis. From Mexico News Daily, Anthony Bourdain had a deep love affair with Mexico and Mexican cuisine, and you can really read about it in his essay, Under the Volcano, which he wrote in 2014. He thinks Mexican food is some of the greatest cuisine that the world has created. So when in Rome or San Diego, when the going gets tough, the tough do a tour. So thank you, Airbnb Experiences. And our tour guide was Ricardo. Ricardo picked up a small group of us in San Diego and led us to the real and magical world of TJ Land. And the Caesar salad, which I didn't know before this trip, was actually born and got started in Tijuana. More on this later. On the border between our countries, to those who serve our country but live in their country. So these are names of Mexicans who served in the United States military and yet were not allowed to immigrate over to the United States. And this is on the border. This border actually extends out to the ocean between the U.S. and Mexico. The piñata. So we have our scapegoats, and you can see with this coronavirus piñata that you can see what our scapegoat is. They have theirs, since this was made in Mexico. Looks like they have the same scapegoat. But I wonder, who is the scapegoat's scapegoat? So those folks who were scapegoating, do they themselves have scapegoats? All you need to do is watch the media and see that, yes, indeed, they do have scapegoats, just like we do. A market. This is what we in economics just love. And a market is where we exchange for stuff. And you can taste the goodies. Oh boy, do I love markets, especially these kinds of farmers markets that are so prevalent, somewhat in the United States, but absolutely in many places in Mexico. And there was a really, really nice one in Tijuana that our tour guide Ricardo took us to. A picture says many words. Food has no walls. Boom. And so this was a billboard of this gastronomic park, and it's actually just beyond that door. And it was a wonderful, wonderful food court, some of the best Mexican food I've ever tasted. And speaking of which, and what food? After this, I will never eat gringo Mexico food again. And this was actually a enchilada, I think, but it was just outstanding. The flavors, the taste was something to behold. And very, very cheap too. And let's talk economics. Borders are not good for peace. They ain't good for trade, but boy, are they good for cheap bills. And you can see here, this was the total in pesos, and this is the total, I think this means dollars, in the USA. So we got 2 margaritas, a couple of Coca-Colas, and 3 or 4 Caesar salads for the grand total of $29.21 US, if you converted the pesos to US. So very, very inexpensive, I must say. And let's talk Caesar salad. Tijuana is the birthplace of the Caesar salad. It actually got started in Caesar's Hotel, which is in Avenida Revolucion in Tijuana. And this is an original Caesar salad that is made right in front of you. We never would get this in the United States. And what was tough about a trip to Tijuana? Actually going back to the USA. So this is the line, both the pedestrian line and the car line going back to the United States. And this ends my little story, but I strongly encourage you to extend yourself, stretch your boundaries, go to places that other people might say are a little dangerous, but always make sure that you do it in a tour. You don't really go alone, and you'll come back in more than one piece, and you'll come back with an enlightened, more globalized view of the world. And I really, really enjoyed our Tijuana trip, and it was one of the best parts of my California trip that I did this past summer, 2021. Thanks for listening, and I encourage all of you guys who are watching this to make your own video, of some place that you've seen, add some narration to it, and then do a videotape of it. I didn't do any music, but you can add some music as well, and it'll be nice. It'll be a memory that you can share with others, your kids and grandkids, your friends, family, whoever it is you want to share to. Okay, hasta la vista, and I wish you a good afternoon, and hope you enjoyed this. Bye now.